Yeah, it's your boy MC Moses. We back at it again. One more time with your man, LaRon L3AD. Come on, we about to get brand new on that, son. Let's hit it.
What's up, guys? Welcome to the jungle. We got fun and games.
You're not in there, right?
Oh, I don't want to be in there. I'm good. I want you to know that YouTube, y'all in the jungle, baby. We got fun and games.
Go.
And chicken tenders. We got chicken tenders too. They're there.
It looks fire, bro.
Fire. All right. But before,
You know, I was gonna say, I'm on a water fast, like you guys already know, a 72-hour. It's gonna be a 3-day water fast. I gotta say, the hunger isn't as bad as you would imagine. Like, this isn't as tempting as you would imagine.
It's not as killing as the Hunger Games.
No.
You see it? I did it.
No.
Hilarious.
It's I guess it's not as bad as you would imagine. The whole like I can't eat, I'm starving type beat.
Okay.
So just a little food for thought. It's actually like kind of satisfying in like a very OCD type of way, if that makes sense.
Makes sense.
You know?
Okay. Yeah. I like that. Okay. All right. So before we get into the interview, I'm gonna play a little game. Have you ever heard the Rubber Ducky song?
Is that Sesame Street?
Yeah. Yeah. So hey, we're gonna have a little face off. This gonna be the guest for the night. Let's see if we have a little face off. We're gonna see who's better, YouTube, me or Eric. Song will start. Rubber ducky, you're the one. You make bath time so much fun.
I honestly don't know the words to the song, but I'm just gonna repeat
Just
what
that
you
part, yeah. Just that part.
Rubber ducky, you're the one. What was the next line?
You make bath time
You make bath time so much fun.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Rubber ducky, you're the one.
Who did it better? Y'all decide. This is Rubber Ducky. That makes bath time so much fun. All right, so I'm not gonna eat too much because I know you're fasting, but I'm gonna try to eat a little bit. So, but
I'm dead.
let the people know, because you said in the previous video you've traveled a lot of places.
Yeah.
So where's your most favorite place that you traveled to and why?
Oof. So this is always a very difficult question because like the world is full of like different landscapes. You know, you have the ocean, you have like mountains, you have cities, you know, like a proper city. So it's a very difficult question to answer. I always seem to go back to Japan.
Oh, you've been to Japan?
Yeah, I've always seemed to go back to Japan, particularly because they really do have like everything out there. It's beautiful, you know? Mount Fuji is known to have some of the best snowboarding on the planet. In my opinion, I've been to a lot of massive cities. Tokyo is my favorite city, dare I say, the best city in the world. It's literally like maybe 6 New York cities, okay? It's never ending. And then they have like a bunch of little boroughs that are known for like specific parts of their culture, you know? Like Akihabara, for example, which is like known for the anime culture, you know? And then you have certain districts outside of Tokyo, like Dotonbori, that is like known for their food. And then the Japanese people are amazing. They're like super talented at everything that they do. They're incredibly disciplined. They're incredibly polite. Even though Japan is known as the #1 country for suicide and depression. And I imagine that has to do with like their impossible work-life balance and expectations as well. Yeah, the Japanese people are so kind and polite, and like their train system is flawless throughout the entire country. Obviously, it's most effective inside of like Tokyo because you have that city, that hive type vibe, if you will. But you can take the train all the way to Mount Fuji, like if you want. You can take the train all the way to Tokyo Disney if you want. You know what I'm saying? Like literally, it all connects. So the transit is not only effective, but it's impeccably clean and organized. Like you can eat off the floor of the subway bathroom in Tokyo.
Wow.
That's how clean it is. Okay? Meanwhile, New York City.
I was gonna say, don't do that in New York.
Yeah, meanwhile, New York
I
City,
was gonna say that.
you walk into a train in New York City and there's like a homeless guy taking a dump in a corner. You know what I'm saying? So I always come back to like Tokyo, particularly Japan. I love Japan. I stayed also in Osaka. I stayed in Kyoto. I went out to Fuji. So that was really dope. That was really dope. Japan is my favorite. As far as like emotional ties, though, New York City always kind of wins for me.
Why is that?
There's something about New York City that it stands as a symbol for like a certain time in my life. And because of that, it means a lot to me. I lived in Miami, you know, and New York is like a 2.5 hour flight from Miami. And I had flight benefits, and my friend that I got the flight benefits through, his mother lived in the Bronx off of 225th and Broadway in Marble Hill. And this is a Dominican family. I would stay with her at their house off of 225th and Broadway for free. So I would basically fly for free. I would stay in New York City for free. And I would land in LaGuardia or JFK, and I would take the M86 to the 1 and get off on 225th. So it was like I was literally in New York once every 3 months between the age of like 19 and 26 because it was so cheap for me to do it.
Yeah.
And then like a Metro card, you're talking $250. I think it's $275 now. You can go anywhere in the city with free transfers. So I was going to New York City for like 3 days, 4 days, every 3 or 4 months. And so it kind of represents the time of my life where I was like really like experiencing the rest of the world, you know?
Okay.
So it means a lot to me. New York City means a lot to me. And whenever people talk shit about New York City, I get kind of pissed about it, to be honest.
Okay.
Because people always like, oh, it's dirty or it's filthy or like the people are rude, and none of that is true. Yes, it's dirty, but it's kind of charming that it's dirty, isn't it?
Yeah.
There's a bit of a charm.
That's what makes New York, New York.
Exactly.
Yeah.
That's what makes New York, New York.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, man, I love New York City. Holds a very special place in my heart.
Okay. I'm gonna take a sip of this, guys. It's mixed berry cider. Yeah, it says. Oh, that's good. You don't really get an alcohol taste to it. It's more like a sparkling soda. It's got definitely a little fruity taste to it. I like that's good. If y'all come down here, definitely try that. They got other wonderful beers on tap. So yeah, this is definitely a must try. Now I know you're fasting, but like growing up, you know, Cubanos and you know Dominicans, your rice and stuff like that. What did you enjoy eating as growing up, or and what's your favorite thing you had just in life that you know really you remembered?
I love this question because my answer is always super biased. I love Cuban food. It's my #1 cuisine of all time, obviously because I'm Cuban. So my favorite thing growing up, man, my dad's black beans, my grandmother's white rice, because she would make that with pig fat, okay? She'd make the rice with pig fat, bro. My dad's recipe to those black beans is like hidden recipe. No one even knows it though, because it's kind of thick still. I know for a fact he uses like a whole bottle of wine in that, right? In that beans too. And then as a family, like, you know, we would make, my grandmother would make an insane like lechon en cazuela. I think that was probably my favorite, like, which is basically like a roasted pork, I guess. Like a pork roast.
Okay.
And then my aunts would make a dope like yuca hervida, like I guess boiled yuca. So yeah, yuca is like it's kind of like a vegetable, a root vegetable. It's a root vegetable that a lot of people don't know because I guess it's used mostly in like Caribbean and African cultures, but it's a delicious root vegetable.
You stayed in Hawaii, so is it almost like taro is big in Hawaii?
Yes,
almost like
it's
taro.
kind of like taro. It's kind of like taro. Correct.
Does it still have that? It has that purple.
No, it's actually white.
Oh, okay.
It's actually white. Yeah,
okay.
It's delicious, and then my aunts would make it with like this like garlic, mojo type olive oil type beet. You know, it was amazing. That's my favorite of all time. That particular plate that I just described. Otherwise, man, after Cuban food, my #1 favorite dish, my best friends know this, chicken and waffles.
Chicken and waffles?
I don't care what anyone says. Bone-in fried chicken.
Mm-hmm. What piece though? What piece? Drum, the wing?
I honestly like the thigh, the drum, and the wing.
Okay.
So I like a little bit of everything. You know what I'm saying? And then, like, typically I like it over like a thicker waffle. Not the thin ones, but the thin ones will suffice as long as there's bone-in fried chicken.
Okay.
And then I like putting the maple syrup and the hot sauce all together.
Okay.
And as a matter of fact, Amy Ruth's in Harlem, best chicken and waffles I've had in my life.
I was gonna say, who's got the best chicken and waffles?
Best chicken and waffles I had in my life, Amy Ruth's in Harlem, okay? As a matter of fact, I'm going in October, and I cannot wait. I've been thinking about those chicken and waffles for a long time.
Okay. You gonna go down to Spanish Harlem too?
Hell yeah, dude. I always go. Washington Heights, Dykeman.
He said, Maria, Maria.
Exactly, bro.
Remind me of a West Side Story. Growing up
in Spanish Harlem. Yeah.
Living life just like a
movie star.
Hey.
Oh. Yeah.
Maria, let's go. Okay. So like, you're here in Tucson. Is this where you're staying? What does Eric look like in the next couple years?
I've said this in the past. I love Tucson, and I think I will indeed claim Tucson as like a hometown, just because like I got my career started here as a musician, and I've made a living as a musician here, and so I definitely feel like eternally grateful to Tucson for that.
Okay.
My goals are very ambitious, and I will do everything in my power to accomplish my goals. So wherever they take me, that's where I will go. I don't see myself in Tucson forever or long term. And as a matter of fact, I do see myself trying to pursue my dreams in a city like, even though, no offense to my West Coast peeps, even though I hate LA, I do see myself moving to LA for the sake of pursuing my dreams, or Austin, or Nashville, or New York City, just because of the fact that, or even Atlanta, like those are cities that are known in the United States to be where musicians make it. So I believe in myself and in my talent, and I think that I need to find myself more exposure, and I think thanks to the internet we can do that on a grand scale, but also being somewhere where there's more of a heartbeat, there's more people.
Okay.
I think is a better idea for me as well.
Okay. Now, what's your favorite thing to play? Your favorite song that when you play it gives you chills, it hits you in the heart, the people are going crazy when you're done? What's that song for you?
So, as far as my like originals, Pégate is my favorite song to sing as far as my originals go. It's got that Latin R&B vibe that I love so much that I think the world needs to hear more of. There are some songs that I'm working on right now that aren't released, and there's one in particular that I'm obsessed with, and I cannot wait to release because that's gonna be a favorite of mine as well. As far as like covers that I do here downtown, people lose their minds when I do acoustic Bad Bunny covers, because I take these Bad Bunny songs and I make them like acoustic R&B, you know? Kind of like what her and Daniel Caesar's like known for example. Those like acoustic R&B vibes. So there's certain Bad Bunny songs that when I play, people lose their minds and they're singing every single word. And I love seeing that, you know? However, I think my favorite song to sing and perform is Heartbreak Anniversary by Giveon. Okay. Me personally.
Why is that?
Because it's just it has so much space for me to play vocally, you know? I'm doing all kinds of runs, I'm hitting falsettos, I'm belting, you know? And also it's a very heartfelt song, it's a very sad song, and sometimes you just love sad music, don't you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that part.
Okay, I love that, okay.
Yeah, man.
So, you said you got some singles coming up. When are they gonna be launching?
So, as of right now, the singles, and I've been telling some people, haven't been really public about it on social media. I've definitely been pretty public about it, like in previous podcast episodes and this one, and talking one-on-one, but I don't have any dates on any singles coming out next. My goal that I'm working on right now is building a catalog of music that I can essentially, pitch to a record label, not only to be signed as a performer, but also to be signed as a songwriter, because that is an opportunity that essentially gets you into the room with a lot of these, not only executives, but also influential artists, dare I say. A lot of artists don't write their own music. And I'm blessed to have that sort of talent as well. So I want to build a catalog that I can pitch to a label as a performer and as a songwriter, A. And B, if there is songs that I'm like, you know what, I need to release it, I will release it. But as of right now, I haven't really found anything that I'm just like crazy about releasing just yet.
Okay.
And I'm kind of really honed in on my process of what I'm doing now with building this catalog. So, I don't know. Once I think I want to give myself at least another month before deciding whether or not I'm going to drop something.
Okay. Now, and for your music, are you bilingual? Is your music bilingual?
Yes.
Okay.
So Spanish is my first language. I learned English when I entered the school system, essentially here in the United States. Because of that, it almost feels as though I'm a little bit more comfortable with my English now. Particularly because when I left Miami, no one spoke Spanish in Maui. And then now when I'm living here, Cuban Spanish is a little bit different than Mexican Spanish. So I'm always getting like, oh, you're not from here type vibes, you know? Or like certain words don't necessarily translate. But no, I speak, read, write English and Spanish fluently, and that includes songwriting.
Okay. And so your family, are they all back in Florida?
Yes, for the most part, all of my family is in South Florida.
Okay, South Florida.
Yeah.
And you mentioned your sister, so she's a little bit older than you?
Yeah, my sister is 6 years older than me.
Okay. Now, how do your family feel about you being a musician and everything? Are they really supportive of you and things like that? How do they feel?
So, this is always like an awkward part of the family story, but I've been estranged from my family since I was a teenager, essentially. There has been some times here and there where, we've gone back together. The reason that is because my family, I was raised very strictly as one of Jehovah's Witnesses. My family are fanatical Jehovah's Witnesses. So, because I stepped out of the religion, without getting too much into the details of everything, because it's crazy, for lack of better words, no offense. Because I stepped out of the religion, my family doesn't really associate with me because that's part of their practice. That being said, they don't really support my lifestyle whatsoever because it's not, in alignment with the spiritual beliefs that they have.
Okay. So you're kind of just building your own way, your own path.
I've been building my own path and my own way for a very long time, yes.
Okay, I like that.
Yeah.
Okay. And so you want to move to a bigger city and things like that. So you've been in Tucson, you said, since 2019?
Yeah, so a little bit over 3 years.
Where's your favorite spot to go in Tucson?
Everyone knows I'm obsessed with downtown.
Downtown?
I love downtown. When I first moved here, I signed a lease from Maui, Hawaii in Oro Valley. And I was in Oro Valley probably for like 6 months, maybe a little bit more. Let me think about that. I was in Oro Valley close to a year, actually. I was Oro Valley for like 10 months.
Okay.
10 months. I lived in an apartment for like the first few months, and then after that, my best friend bought a house in Oro Valley, and I lived there. And I just as much as I love Oro Valley, it just wasn't a vibe. Like there really wasn't anything to do there,
Yeah.
So I moved October of 2020 right here off of Congress and Granada. And I fell in love with downtown. I really got immersed into like the downtown culture.
Okay.
Started going out a lot more, meeting a lot of people. And then eventually when I became a musician, that went even harder. So then I became very well known for performing at a lot of businesses here. Like I perform at basically all of Flores Concepts. So Charro Steak and Del Rey. I perform at the Monica. I performed at Charro Cafe. La Chingada, which isn't Flores Concepts, so this is now another different concept. I performed at La Chingada. I performed at Hi-Fi. I performed at Playground. Like I said, Borderlands. I performed at Thunder Canyon Brewery. Performed at a lot of businesses downtown. So I'm kind of very well known as a musician here in this little downtown bubble, and in Tucson in general. But everyone does know me as the singer-songwriter, like guitarist type setup. Okay. And I just love it here, man. Everything downtown, I like live and breathe it.
Okay. What's one of the hardest things you've had to face as a musician, or that transition?
Becoming a full-time musician is like establishing residencies with these businesses. where I know that I'm performing, you know, in my case, Wednesday through Sunday, and I'm gonna be getting paid, right? So I can pay my bills. Which honestly, I said this countless times. I am so grateful to Flores Concepts. Humongous shout out to Ray Flores, Gary Hickey, Amairani Fong, or as you know, we call her Ami. Without these people that essentially see the value in what I do, and that love me and like to provide, for lack of better words, a certain vibe and a certain culture to the community, and they've been doing it for years. In the case of Ray Flores, for over a century, you know, and his family. Thank you so much for paying my bills, guys. But yeah, that part is probably the hardest part, even though now it's a little bit easier because of my reputation. After that, I would say the next part would be just like, as a musician, like, you know, if you're like in a 9 to 5, if you work for a corporation, like it's very easy to find like a promotion to shoot for, you know? Or the next thing to do within that company, or how to level yourself up. As a musician, it's up to me entirely to do that. So like now the songwriting process, production, mixing and mastering, or even finding like video content creators to like help do like music videos and things like that. Or even more so what I've been talking about earlier, which is like essentially getting into the same room with people that I can pitch my songs to so that I can accomplish my goals of being a Grammy Award winning artist, of playing Coachella, you know, like that's the hard part because there's no blueprint, there's no roadmap for that.
Yeah.
You know, you just gotta just get out there and hustle.
Yep.
And try to meet as many people as you can, network. And so that's the hard part. It's just kind of like not really knowing exactly what to do, but just like hustling, you know, as hard as you can to get there, for lack of better words.
Okay. What's been the most rewarding thing so far?
The most rewarding thing for me with music is like seeing how I move people. I play a lot of covers of the music that I love, you know, and I also play my originals. And it's just really, it's really rewarding to see like that I've built a community of people in this town that like follow me to the establishments that I play at. And within this community, like, you know, it's just like, for lack of better words, like people that love music, man. You know, you are united by that one thing. And then on top of that, being able to move people emotionally too, or I've made people cry with my music. I've been able to make like indelible memories at weddings or like birthday parties or baby showers, proposals. And then also just like someone coming up to me like after a gig and being like, or during my gig, like between songs, be like, yo, your voice is amazing. You sound amazing. Please don't stop. Keep going. You're almost there. Like, it's the trippiest thing to me when someone comes up to me and says that, because, you know, like, to me, it's the Matrix, bro. The Matrix is leaning in and saying, bro, you're on the right path. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. Keep doing what you're doing. And so I'm just chasing the white rabbit, you know?
Yeah. It's that assurance to let you know, yeah, you are doing what you're supposed to be doing. I love
Correct.
that. And it's crazy how, you know, music actually moves people. You know, it just moves them. You know, whether it be, you know, physically, like you said, or emotionally. It's crazy how music moves people. So, like, what do you feel? So you've been estranged from your family growing for a little bit, but what keeps you motivated then? Like, what keeps you going? Like, what is, like, when you go to sleep at night, what do you think about? When you wake up in the morning, what do you think? Like, what's that motivational factor?
That's a phenomenal question, man. There's a part of me almost wants to be like, I have no idea why I am so motivated and ambitious and driven and focused. There's a part of me that also wants to lean into the fact that like I have a vision for what I want my life to be. I've had dreams that I remember as a child of who I wanted to be. And I just aspire to accomplish those dreams and to live up to those visions. And so what ends up happening is I see myself on Coachella stage, or I see myself, you know, holding this Grammy. And then I'm like, okay, what's that look like reverse engineered? step by step getting to where I'm at now. You know, I'm 32 years old, and I know it sounds insane to pursue a career in music at, 31. But it's not that wild. Money Long just got a Grammy, and she's like in her mid-30s. Lucky Day just got his first Grammy. He's like 36, 37, and he debuted at 33. It's not strange. And as a matter of fact, according to my spiritual beliefs, like, if you can think it, you can do it. And so that's what motivates me, is the fact that I have, for some reason, incredible willpower, and thank God, my mental health, because I've also been through a lot of stuff in my life. And although my family abandoned me, I've had like friends step into my life that are better than family, that are like real ones, and they've kept me in line, and they've kept me motivated and driven and focused as well.
So young Eric, you lived in Miami and stuff like that. You saw the glitz and the glamour. You lived in poverty, but you saw the glitz and the glamour.
Correct, yeah.
Is there a lot of times, as a kid, you're just playing the guitar, and as you're playing the guitar and singing the song, in your brain, you're thinking of, one day driving a nice car, one day walking down the red carpet. Are you thinking about that as a teenager? You remember any of those type of, or even as a young adult?
As a teenager and as a young kid, I'm not gonna lie, I didn't necessarily envision myself like living a very glamorous life. No, I did envision myself, for lack of better words, as being a rock star though.
Okay.
So I always saw like my name like in lights type beat, Like I always saw that light shining on me and the crowd beyond it. You know what I'm saying? Like I did always see that, and I always had positive reinforcement, because like as soon as I picked up guitar and I started singing and performing in school or in like local like businesses, even as a teenager, I would always get great reinforcement. But then like my parents would shut that down very hard, because it's like wasn't in alignment with their spiritual beliefs, And so that's why I never pursued a career in music. I think what ended up happening was, once I moved to Maui, I think I was listening to like Gary Vaynerchuk a lot. I was listening to Joe Rogan a lot. Grant Cardone even though like I'm not or even like Tony Robbins, like, all this like self-help shit, for lack of better words, this self-help content, if you will. And a lot of that stuff could be like what I like to call like productive procrastination, where you're just getting off on hearing about it. But a lot of it was honestly like, I want to say like Gary Vaynerchuk single-handedly, bro, like he put the bug in my ear. And Gary V told me like I can do whatever I want. And so I was like, yeah, I can do this. And then on top of that, getting into Lululemon, I adopted a yoga practice, which inevitably led me to like a meditative practice as well. So I was meditating a lot. And dude, it was just all like keys that unlocked this, like, for lack of better words, like vision, goals, manifestation practice that eventually led me down the path of Stoic philosophy, which eventually led me down the path of Hermetic philosophy, where then all of this started now like unlocking life for me, where I was like, okay, this is the truth. This is reality, and this is how I conduct myself, essentially.
I love that.
Does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does.
That was a bit of
I like that.
That was a bit of a rant, but
it was. I love it though.
Yeah.
So, all right, guys. Eric's about to sing us out. I got a little surprise for him too. So while he's singing, I'll grab that surprise. But before you sing us out, is there anything you want to say to the people, or just anybody chasing their dreams, or just anybody in general, just the YouTube people out there?
Damn. Yeah, man. It's all about mentality. It's all about what you feed your brain. It's all about what you feed your mind, and who you surround yourself with. And it all starts within. So no one can help you if you don't help yourself.
Yep. It all starts within.
Take personal responsibility. Take extreme ownership. And you'll be liberated. And follow me on Instagram. That'll help too.
That'll help too. All right, guys.
On TikTok too,
I'm going to go grab his prize, or his gifts, and he's going to sing us out. I'll be back.
Hey.
You can open it right here if you want.
Open it. Oh snap, bro! You didn't have to give me all these gifts, bro. Damn. Haha, Death Note throw blanket. I love it. This is amazing. That's my favorite anime, guys. In case you didn't know, the best anime, dare I say? If you don't even say Attack on Titan. Hell yeah.
Oh, there's
dude,
two in there. I want you to pick the one you want.
Oh, word?
Yeah, because I didn't know which one you wanted.
Bet.
I was like,
I'll
I'll let him pick which one he wants.
Let's see.
Other way.
Damn, I want this one.
You want that one?
Yeah.
Okay.
Bet. Dreams demand hustle. This is facts. Dreams demand hustle. One of my favorite quotes is a Gary V quote. It says, ideas are shit. I'm sorry. Ideas are nothing. Execution is everything. Thank you, bro. I appreciate you.
No problem.
Hell yeah, dude.
The bag is yours.
The bag is mine.
And there's a lot of bags in there, by the way.
Yeah.
Because
there's another bag in here. Shit.
Yeah, there's bags in there. Because this man is gonna get the bag.
This is dope.
That's actually it's not the anime. It's
a short series. It says.
Yeah, it's a short series. It's I think the guy said it's based on either before or after the anime.
Damn.
Yeah, so it's a short series.
This is dope, bro. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
This is awesome. Heck yeah. Itty bitty marquee. Oh shit, it's a marquee. This is dope.
Yeah.
I have a marquee in my bathroom, matter of fact.
Okay. Now you got another one, yeah.
You know what though? You're probably gonna have to cut this part out, but you know what the marquee in my bathroom says?
What?
Please don't do coke in the bathroom.
keep that in there. Keep it in there. Drugs are bad, okay? Okay, drugs are bad. Where is that from, guys?
Dang, heck yes. I love candles, so thank you so much, man. The vibes are immaculate, bro. Thank you.
All right, guys. So, Thunder Canyon, we got their nice little chicken fingers. Got some fries. We got these. We're gonna try them out. So, but I want to talk to you guys. I appreciate you so much, YouTube. Everybody that's rocking with me and everything like that, following the journey. It's not easy, man. It's days where, I ain't even gonna lie, it's days where I just want to give up. I'm not gonna lie to you guys. It's days where like, I don't want to do this anymore. But, you know, you guys keep it special. You guys keep me going. And I know if you noticed that I've gained a little bit of weight, it's because I was injured. And like being injured and not being able to work out and like food being your comfort food, it's really frustrating. But the good news is I'm about to get back on my high horse and get this workout in and get smaller. And we about to really make some things happen. And that's just life, man. You're gonna have setbacks in life. And that's just part of life. But you gotta keep pushing. You gotta stay motivated, stay focused. You know, every situation, it's not gonna be a good situation, but even in the bad situations, you gotta push through. And that's what I've been doing, just pushing through. So we're gonna try this deep red chip. Smells like ramen. That's what he said. It's gonna taste like a ramen flavored, chicken ramen flavor. Oh. Yeah, it does. It's kind of weird. It's perfect that I got chicken to go with flavored chicken. So I'm just gonna break a little bit off. See what that thing hitting on, boy. It's the ranch, crispy chicken. That's fire. Look. Oh. Come get that. Look, we got all this chicken dough. But bro, I ain't no chicken dough. Did y'all get that? I ain't no chicken dough. I'm gonna keep going. I'm gonna keep pushing. I'm gonna keep motivating. I'm gonna stay focused. I'm gonna keep getting at it, baby. Cause that's what we do. On LeBron L3AD, that's what we do, and that's what y'all do in life. So keep going. Keep getting some of this chicken.
No tienes que decirme nada, te lo noté en esa mira, carita de santa, pero conmigo tremenda mala. Hace tiempo que te tengo, ya empezaste el bellaqueo, ahora pégate. Ahora pégate, ahora pégate. Así, mami, put that body on me. Déjame apretarte bien cerquita, besito por el cuello sudadita. A mí ya tú sabes que mi cosa favorita es comerte enterita. Hace tiempo que te tengo. Vamos mami, te reviento. Ahora pégate, ahora pégate. Ahora pégate, así, mami, put that body on me. That's good. Thanks, guys.